What up, man? It is your boy DJ Hollywood, man, the independent artist enthusiast, man. Listen, we had to level up. It's a new year, so here we are, man. And like I said, I'm the independent artist enthusiast, so I had to come tap in with an independent artist, man. It makes full-blown sense to tap in with somebody that is on the come up, feel me? So here today, we got Shy in the building, and that's Shy, not Chai, okay?
That's right.
All right, so how you doing? How you doing?
What's up, man?
How you doing? So fun facts, we literally just met probably about an hour ago.
Yeah, I swear to God.
Less. And we are tapping in for our first ever interview. So thank you for pulling up.
Thank you for having me.
Nah, that's a fact. So let's hop right in the interview, man. Let's get to it, man. The people want to know. So who is Shy?
So Shy, you feel me? I'm an artist. I'm from Syracuse, New York.
Fact.
I've been making music for a little while now. I'm tapping into the R&B scene, the writing scene, a little hip hop here and there. We in more of a melodic rap, so I don't really want to say that I'm a rapper or say that I'm a singer. But
you're an artist.
I'm an artist.
Heard you. I like that. So how long you been in the music game?
It'll sound cliche if I said my whole life, but it's like true. As far as I can remember, I was always doing something with music, playing instruments, choir, band.
Okay, you was in the church? Okay. I was in the church, so I was playing drums at the church.
Yeah, I played the drums. I was like a snare player.
Okay.
I played snare,
so we got something in common. Look, we just met an hour ago, like I said, and we got something in common, feel me?
Word.
So speaking of stuff we got in common, so we're going to talk about the reason why we even met each other. Shout out to TayBoog
my dog.
Shout out to TayBoog on the haircut and the edge up, man.
Yes.
So she hooked me up with the fresh shape up, and then she also brought you in, feel me? So that's now we was listening to your music, and then we ended up here, man. So we at Channel Albany. You ever had an interview before?
Yeah, I've had an interview before, but this is
different, right?
It's different, yeah. It's pretty dope.
Go, cut to me on this one.
Yeah.
Facts. So now, who were some inspirations for you? When we was on the way, you was listening to a lot of them throwbacks, instrumentals. So who were some inspirations for you?
So, Beyonce.
Beyonce? Shout out to the Beehive.
Beyonce fan.
Shout out to the Beehive.
Big Beyonce fan. Jay-Z. And it's not, because Jay-Z and Beyonce are a thing, but seriously, my dad used to listen to a lot of Jay-Z, so I loved his beat choice. I love Beyonce. I feel like I grew up watching her elevate through this music industry.
Yeah.
Definitely a lot of Virginia producers. I love the sound. So we got Timbaland coming out of there. We got Pharrell. I think he's in the DMV area.
Oh, you from the DMV?
I'm from Syracuse, born and raised.
Okay.
I lived down in Virginia for a little minute, but I just always loved their music. Always loved how they produce. Always loved their sound.
So what was like the big difference in hearing a Syracuse artist? Because they got like, I guess I couldn't even name an old school. Who's like a older Syracuse artist? Because like right now I only know like Tusi, but like who else comes out of Syracuse that like?
I want to say personally that Tusi is the biggest artist out of Syracuse, New York, right now.
Okay.
Tusi.
So when you
Scory, Scory's up and coming, but I feel like Tusi might be a little more mainstream right now.
Mainstream, industry. So what was the big difference from you going from Syracuse down to like VA? What was like the distinctive
sound wise?
Yeah.
The DMV area, they real big on go-go.
Oh,
you know what I mean? They got a good go-go sound. Then they rap scene is a lot different.
Explain to somebody like what go-go is.
It's a type of music, like all of it kind of got this same little like bounce to it. It's like a
live drums.
I want to say his
like
name like Charlie Brown. I don't know if I'm saying his name wrong, but they got this song called My Fatty. That's like the first little go-go song I heard when I was like, dang, I kind of like the DMV music. My fatty against my fatty.
Okay.
I
gotta look that up.
That's that little go-go
I might have to download that one.
Yeah, that's fire. So I started really listening to their music and trying to tap into that.
Yeah. So what is it? Do they support artists more out there, or like what's the vibes on that?
Yo, going down south and moving from my home city was like one of the best things for me. When I moved down south, I got a lot of support. I met a lot of different artists, producers, engineers, DJs, and everybody was, they was messing with me because I was having a different sound from what they was used to hearing. I also wasn't from there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, I appreciated it more. It also let me be a lot more creative within myself because there wasn't people around me that I knew personally that had so much opinion on the music.
Right.
Versus like going somewhere and people who don't know you, they mess with your music. So you know it's genuine. You know what I mean? They don't have to like your music.
No, I get it. So now, I got a question. I call this the 3 feet, right? So the reason why I call it the 3 feet, right? So say Shy was hypothetically coming out with the EP tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
It's 3 tracks on this EP.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna give you the 3 guidelines for the 3 different artists you could pick per track, all right? So for the first track, an artist that is not here with us anymore that you think you would sound fire with, who you picking?
Aaliyah.
Aaliyah. Ooh. TayBoog in the back, like, listen.
That's exactly what I was gonna say too.
That's a good one. That's a good one. So now for second, Dead or Alive, but 90s are back.
90s are back, Dead or Alive. Mary J. Blige.
Ooh, that's another goodie.
Mary J. Blige. I love Mary J. She's a big, when you ask me about artists that influenced me, Mary J. Blige.
You seen her at the Super Bowl?
I did. She was killing
She turned
it.
up. She hit the little 5 Gs and all that.
Yeah.
Hitting a little
killed
Mary
it.
bop. Nah, she was killing it. She was killing it. So now, last, let's go with, who's the artist hot right now? Who's hot right now that you think you would sound super, super good with?
Who is hot right now? Rap-wise, dang, this is tough. I love a lot of the rappers that's out right now. Like, I'm loving Lil Baby.
Lil Baby, okay.
I'm loving Dirt.
Dirk, that's another
He's going
goodie.
crazy right now. And then singing-wise, SZA.
SZA.
SZA been killing them back to back. That I Hate You. You know what I mean, she's
going viral every release. Yeah.
She was one of the first artists that I started following. She had this one song. It's I forget what it's called. Hijack. It's called Hijack. And I became a big old fan. She came to Syracuse. She performed at like our March Madness, and like I watched her come up. So like some artists, when I see them from the very beginning to where they at now, I know that it's attainable. Like you know, it just give me that drive to like keep pushing. Seeing her then versus now, like
facts. In a year, your whole life could change for real. So now let's talk about your music. You say you got a single that you're working on.
Yes. Now I got my first single that I've dropped on all platforms. It's called Right Here.
Okay. So what went into that song?
Honestly, it was probably another situation like this. Like I was just coming back to Syracuse from living in Virginia for a few years. You feel me? And a lot of people that was into the music scene, they saw me like, yo, you know how I be. Come to the studio, come to my session. So one person finally got me to come to the studio with them. And I was really supposed to just be chilling, you know, watching how they work, whatever. And they put up this beat, this Right Here beat. I was like, yo, Shy, like, hop on the track. I was supposed to do a verse, you know what I mean? And I ended up just freestyling the whole song.
The whole song, okay.
And it was like, well, I guess it's yours. You can have it. So
you go into the studio with writtens, or you like, nah, I'm a you know, go in the studio, go in the booth and just feel the vibe out?
When I'm recording myself, or if I'm in the home studio or something, I vibe out. You know what I mean? Because I have the time to vibe out. But when I'm going to the studio and I'm paying for my time, like, I know what I'm going in there. I'm saying every ad lib, every aspect. Like, time is money.
Word.
The studio expensive.
So we just came back from a crazy year. We was just, you know, we was in 2020. Then we had 2021, but 2020 was a crazy year. Couldn't get in the studio. So what was you doing? You was getting your own equipment. Like you was going out to sneak into the studio to record. Feel me? Like what was the vibes on that with 2020? Because that was nuts for the entertainment industry.
Yeah, it really was. 2020 was something that I needed though, because I stayed home. I wrote a lot. Like a lot of the songs that I had put out for other artists or proposed to other artists, like demo-wise, was because I wrote them in the house. Like it was no place to go. And then I had a few buddies that had home studios. So a lot of the songs that I'm performing now that I'm releasing now were recorded like in my boy's dorm room.
Word, that's fire. That's
like
fire.
just cooling, chilling, and we recorded those songs. You know, little freestyle stuff. And then after a while, you hear them, you start to be like, dang, like that's type of hype. You know what I mean? So yeah, and then there was this producer, his name is Buki, Buki All Wild. Shout out to the All Wild brothers. Like, they were the engineers that I was dealing with when I was in Virginia.
Yeah.
And they had a dope sound that I like. You know, they catered to my voice and my sound, and helped me develop one of the first tracks that I had put out that got on the radio and stuff like that.
That's fire. That's fire. So, what kind of impact do you want to leave as a music artist? Because, you know, rest in peace like Nipsey Hussle, and rest in peace like XXXTentacion. You know, those are people who left a nice little imprint in the music game. So, what kind of imprint does Shy want to have on the music game?
I feel like this music is bigger than me. So, aside from the music, like first and foremost, I want people to feel good when they hear my music. Fact. I want my music to be timeless.
Fact.
And I want people to know, like, my impact on the world was beyond just the music. Like, I intend to give back. You know what I mean? I intend to make my city, my hometown and stuff a better place, because people who not from there don't necessarily know what we need.
Right.
I'm from there, born and raised.
Right.
So if I have the opportunity to give back and cater to those things, and I definitely will. So hopefully people remember me for that stuff.
Facts. So outside of music, what are some things that you want to get done? You want to cop some property? You want to
definitely real estate for sure.
Word.
I definitely want to do real estate.
VA or Syracuse? Where you copping it first though?
I'll probably cop some property in Syracuse first.
Word.
Like, I'm really all about trying to build up where I'm from.
Facts.
Like,
heavy on that. Facts.
And also, like, property probably might be a lot cheaper in my town. Like, I could hire somebody in my town to go look after the property, you know what I mean? Keeping that wealth in our communities.
Nah, facts. So now my last question before we get out of here, man, this exclusive interview featuring DJ Hollywood and Shy. So the brand is It's More Than Music.
Yes.
So why for Shy is it more than music? A lot of people discount the impact that music has on people. So why for Shy is it more than music?
It's more than the music for me, because music could be like medicine. It could be like therapy, you feel me? Music is universal. Me and you don't even have to speak the same language, you feel me? If it's a trending song all over the world, we know that song. We know we could communicate through that song, through that instrumental maybe even, you know, dancing, all of that. It just connects us in a way that nothing else really connects us, and we are a really divided like world. So I feel like music is the one thing that sometimes we can agree on it and all be at peace with, and so it's very important. Like Michael Jackson,
I agree.
I mean, his music is still here today. My sister watched Michael Jackson. She wasn't even alive when he passed.
Yep. That's how you know you a legend, man.
Yeah, you know. So it's way bigger than music. The impact will be everlasting if you're that type of person.
Yeah, so. I agree. All right, so before we get out of here, shout out your social media. Let the people know where they can follow you at.
You can find me on all platforms at Shy_J__. So that's Instagram. Actually, I like, you can find me on Facebook at Shy Denim, CHAI Denim. And SoundCloud, Shy, you know what I mean, CHAI. But definitely stay on that Instagram for lookouts when I'm going to drop videos, all of that. Some nice content.
Say no more. Make sure you check out Shy on Instagram, Facebook, all them social medias, man. Google her. I'm pretty sure you'll find her if you Google her, man. So you already know, man. It is your boy DJ Hollywood. Follow me on Instagram. That's DJ HollyW, the number 8 and D. All right. So I got TikTok, all that, man. Same thing, man. Google me, man.
TikTok too.
Facts, man.
TikTok.
So yeah, subscribe to my YouTube channel too. It's More Than Music. And yeah, man, like I said, I'm an independent artist enthusiast. I'm gonna be bringing a lot more independent artists to this platform, so make sure you stay tuned. And you already know, man, it's more than music. We out of here.
Let's go.
What up, y'all? It is your boy DJ Hollywood back for another dope interview. You know, I call myself the independent artist enthusiast, but I do not only tune in with independent artists. I tune in with talent of all sorts and people with all stories from all different backgrounds, all right? So on that note, we got DJ TayBoog in the building.
Yo, what's up? What's poppin'? Happy to be here.
Facts. So for the first interview, we tapped in with your homie,
Shy, my dog.
Shy. Shout out to Shy. We tapped in with Shy. And You know, she's a super dope independent artist. Make sure y'all go check out that interview if you missed it before this one. But yeah, we tapping in with TayBoog, man. So let's get into the interview. Who is DJ TayBoog?
So DJ TayBoog, TayBoog for short. A lot of my friends call me that. So I don't only DJ. If you know me, you follow me on social media. I'm a barber. That's 9 times out of 10. That's what I'm doing most of the time.
Fact.
If I'm not in class. I'm also a senior at UA, Albany. Yeah, I know. You know, alum. But yeah, so I'm a senior at UA as well. So, you know, I'm just trying to finish up school, get this education. Like I said, I cut hair, mobile barber. That's just a business that I kind of started on my own when I was like a freshman. I think maybe I just was like, you know what, like came here from, well, initially I'm from Syracuse, but you know, I live in Chicago, moved out there in 2014. Word. So when I got up here for school, I'm like, dang, I don't got a barber. Like I need somebody to cut my hair, but and if you get your hair cut, you know, like your barber mean a lot to you. So I wasn't really trying to flop barbers or nothing like that. So I'm like, you know what, let me learn how to cut my hair. Watching 360 Jeezy on YouTube, ended up doing that. It was good. And then everybody else was feeling it. They like, dang, you can cut my hair. And then that turned into something bigger. And now, you know, I'm getting $100 a haircut almost.
And it turned barber TayBoog.
Yeah.
So now you mentioned you go to Albany. So why did you choose Albany? Why Albany?
So I chose UA because being that I'm from Syracuse, one, I do have a couple of family members that live in Albany in the area, so it's just nice to have some people around. It's also not too far from home, Syracuse. Right. The situation with me having to move to Chicago wasn't that great, so when I was younger, I was thirsty to get back home. You know what it was? So it's like, once college came around, it's like, dang, I did want to go to a school that I did want to go to was Hampton in Virginia. Hampton, okay. Yeah, I wanted to go to Hampton bad, but I'm like, I feel like I won't be giving myself, you know, the full college experience just going to Hampton. You know, you know what it is. So I was like, you know what, let me just get back closer to home. UA is a great school. Initially I was a walk-on the basketball team until, you know, my schedule got real hectic with the DJing and everything. So I ended up having to stop that. But that's kind of how I got there. I just wanted to get closer to home, that's all. Facts.
I hear it.
Yeah.
So now, how did you start DJing? How did that even happen? How did DJ TayBoog come into the play?
So, like in high school, I was always one of them kids that was always into music. So if I didn't do anything that had to do with basketball, I knew it was going to be in the entertainment field, having to be, you know, whether that was an artist, you know, a DJ, what I am now, or anything of that sort. And so I used to have my friends following my SoundCloud. You know, they would keep track of like my playlists and stuff like that. Then once I got to UA, my god sister, Allie, she graduated last year. She, one of her orgs, I think it was JAMSA, they had like they wanted to have like a little party or whatever. So she's like, hey sis, do you think you can DJ for me? I have this girl, she has a board. She said she'll show you how to use it. You just gotta learn how to use it and you'll be fine. I was like, all right, bet. So I ended up hitting the girl up. I'm like, yeah, my god sister told me or whatever. So when's a good time to meet up or whatever? Ended up going to her crib. She showed me, like, you know, just the basics. Like, I learned most of the stuff I know from you, but, you know, the basics she taught me or whatever. And from there, like, once I did that party, it was just like, wow, I think I really like this. It was lit. It was real lit. It was. I was like, I still got the videos on my phone. Yeah, it was great.
That's a dope first time experience for me. And now from there, what even, so obviously you just was like, well, my nickname's already TayBoog, so you was like, I'm gonna just be DJ TayBoog.
So honestly, the TayBoog, that came from my stepbrother, Byron. Our parents, that's the reason why I moved to Chicago.
Joe Byron?
That's one of the reasons why I did move to Chicago, because my mom got married to his father and she moved out there. And he used to call me TayBoog all the time. You know what, I'm like, dang, TayBoog, I could use that or something. I was like, you know what, bro? I'm going to make that my DJ name. And that's just how I just went with it. And now, you know, people call me Tay, some people call me Boog, you know, and I go by whatever.
Extra a little bit of everything. So now, I know you started the YouTube channel, you're doing the TikTok for me, you get your media presence up, and you know, I love to see that.
That's a fact.
So now, influences you? Because you know, you said I don't know, you said, what was the 360 dude name?
360 Jeezy.
360 Jeezy. Yeah. So you said like, you know, you watch his stuff, but who else influences you? Whether it's YouTube, whether it's like family in general, like who influences TayBoog?
Honestly, like, one, I always like to keep people around me that are ahead of me. Like, so like when I met you, like it was perfect because you were doing something I wanted to do. Like you were working in the radio station at the school, and I'm like, dang, like, you know, that's where I want to be one day, you know. And then, especially with what you're doing now, like just keeping these connections and stuff like that. Like that's one thing that really helps me. And also like my mom always been like a real hard worker, like everything.
So that's mom do?
Yeah, everything she do. She a hospice nurse, like, and she be on top of everything she do. She go see all her patients the way I do my mobile barbering. She do her little hospice thing, like, I don't know. And she just always just told me, you know, she made sure I never went without. You know, people like to say I was spoiled, but like, I don't really feel like I was spoiled. I just never went without. She always made sure I had what I needed, regardless of however much she had. She always made sure I had more than enough.
Right.
And she always taught me, like, you gotta work for this stuff. So like when I was younger, I always got good grades, but if my grades weren't good, I doubt I would have got as much as I did. So really, just I honestly would say my mom, like family, you too, like a big aspect of that too.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, definitely.
So even on that note, how would you say you balance the I guess you'd say nightlife and the school balance? How do you work with that? Because you know that's like what they say, work hard, play hard type thing. So.
Yeah, I was just having this conversation with my friends last night. Cause they was like, well, when do you sleep? Because in my free time I do DoorDash. Like last night I was up doing DoorDash till like 2, 3 in the morning, but that's just because I can't sleep because I'm used to being up throughout the night. So what I like to do is, you know, on my weekends after this I'll be going to Syracuse. So what I like to do is on my weekends, I pretty much try to relax during the day if I don't have to cut hair. If I do got to cut hair, I just got to find some time in between. But I just like to relax, finish my schoolwork, whatever. And then I always go to the gym every morning.
Word.
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know how I balance it. Like I just do it, because I make sure I go to the gym every morning. I get up at 8:30. I go to the gym, eat, shower, go to class, then cut hair, do whatever else I got to do. And then my weekends solely for DJing. So that's, you know, weekends, nightlife. Yeah. It's just, it is what it is.
So speaking of DJing, so what are some, for like an upcoming DJ, what are some DJ do's and don'ts? Let's go with like 2 do's. What's something that you should do as a DJ?
As a DJ, you should always, 1, expand your horizons. I listen to all different types of music. Recently, I picked up a gig with Export. It's a gym out in Illinois. It's Illinois, like Midwest based. And what I do is I'm the house DJ. So while people work out, I'm literally in there just DJing, playing music. You know, like, and I mean, I solely like R&B music, but they don't want to hear R&B and rap music all the time while they're working out. So you know, stuff, so I gotta expand my horizons, play a little. You know, I'm playing Prince, you know, old stuff, you know, new stuff, all type of stuff. So 1, I say expand your horizons. Another one is always, you gotta know how to get a feel and read your crowd. You know what I mean? Like, cause everybody's different. You know, it might be people in the crowd that like one song and then the other group don't like that song. You know, stuff like that. But you gotta make sure you're pleasing everyone at the end of the day, because it's hard to please everybody. But when you do it, you know, I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain, but when you're in the midst of it, you just gotta really read your crowd. That's one of the biggest things.
So now some don'ts, man. What don't you do as a DJ? Give me 2.
So one don't as a DJ, this just reminded me because you just DJ'd that wedding. Don't, like when it comes to, you gotta, 1, know your crowd, because you can't play certain music in certain spaces. Right. So like weddings, like I've done a school dance before, all clean music. Like I make sure I never have any mess ups when it comes to that. You know, no explicit music. Like that's one thing. Another don't as a DJ. What's something you learned that you was like, oh, like I can't be doing that? Like, one thing I always do, I just make sure I'm like over prepared. I like to say, because I remember one time, I can't remember exactly what happened, but I needed something that I didn't have. So one thing I always make sure I do is really plan.
Overpack.
Yeah, I overpack. I'm bringing more than I need. Like how I was telling you, I got everything in my trunk. Like if I need something extra, I know I got something extra in my trunk. If I don't have it, I know it's in my trunk.
Yeah,
like
fact.
you know, stuff like that. So like never like I don't know, like just don't ever think you're all the way like I don't really know how to say it, but
Yeah.
just
if you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready.
Yeah, that's a fact. Just stay ready, like
Fact.
for anything, literally.
So now, how long you been DJing?
2022. I came here in 2018. This is going on like 4 years.
Word.
Yeah.
So now, with you being like 4-year DJ, run into the DJs that DJ for 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years. You are kind of you might be like a warm-up DJ.
Yes,
so like, what's that like? Because as like a warm-up DJ, you can't play the hits.
Yeah.
So what you putting in the mix as like you having to be like a warm-up DJ sometimes?
Well, like, give me a setting, like. So
like a Studio 54 or
okay, Studio
like
54. So Studio 54, that's the easy one. So Dean, the owner, he likes R&B, but he doesn't like R&B the way that the other lounge that I DJ at, the way they do. So one thing I like to do with Dean is I'll throw some R&B hits in there if I have an older crowd, of course.
Yeah.
When I have an older crowd in there, I throw some R&B hits in there. But other than that, I kind of like to keep it like, I wouldn't say like mainstream, but like mainstream to a point where everyone will know, but it's not radio. Like it's not what you're hearing on the radio and stuff like that. Like I'm gonna play some Lil Durk, just because I know that's what, especially Syracuse people, I know that's what they like. That's what they gonna bop to, stuff like that. So you gotta play some hot stuff, but not, don't just play the hits. Like it gets boring.
Facts. So what are some goals for you, after school? For me, say you a great Dane, man. Shout out to you for making it this far. Definitely graduating from college ain't something, that's easy. So what are some goals for you that you want to, get done after school or, get done with the brand and such?
So after school, I definitely, further down the line, I see myself moving out of state. I'm not sure where. I do have Atlanta in my horizons just because, that's just a great location for like entertainment, just the industry that I'm in. But as far as like cutting hair and stuff like that, like that's not something I really plan on pushing to the side, So I did want to maybe open up my own like space, like kind of start with probably like 2 or 3 chairs in there, get a couple barbers in there, and at some point I'm not gonna be working in there, but I still want to have the space for my fellow barbers and stuff like that.
I like that.
Yeah, that's another thing I want to do, and like hopefully one day I do want to get a radio job.
Say that, manifest it, man, man.
Yeah.
So now my last question, man. The brand is It's More Than Music. A lot of people discredit the importance of music. So why for DJ TayBoog is it more than music?
For me, it's more than music because music is something that not only first of all, it's a way for everybody of all different kinds of backgrounds to just come together, and this is something that we all have in common. This is the type of music that we all like, regardless of whatever type of music it is. Because honestly, I listen to all type of music, but it's just a way for everyone to come together. 1, and 2, it's kind of like therapeutic to me, like when I put my headphones on and I'm back there, like I'm feeling it, you know what I mean? Like when I'm behind the booth, I'm feeling it, right? It's just different. It's hard to explain. I can feel it in my in my chest. Like I get butterflies.
Nah, I definitely hear that.
Yeah.
I definitely hear that. Well, TayBoog, man, it was a pleasure. Shout out your Instagram real quick before we get out of here.
DJ TayBoog, DJ TayBoog.
Yes, sir. And you already know it's your boy DJ Hollywood, DJ HollyW, the number 8. And don't forget the D, man. We out of here and see you at the next one. It's more than music.